Today, Dr. Luayon, our topic for discussion is all about the formal and informal roles of various constituents, including school administrators, school site-based planning team, local school board, state education agencies, state legislators, and the governance of basic education. School administrators, as stated in Republic Act number 9155, Chapter 1, Section number 7, letter E, paragraph 3, states that consistent with the national educational policies, plans, and standards, the school heads shall have the authority, responsibility, and accountability, or we also known as aura, in managing all school affairs. Thus, the success and failure of the school depends of the kind of principal it has. The three leadership functions of a school administrators are educational leadership, people leadership, and strategic leadership. Educational leadership is the ability to craft and pursue school vision and mission, as well as to develop, implement curriculum policies, programs, and projects. People leadership is the ability to work and develop effective relationships with stakeholders and exert a positive influence upon people. Strategic leadership is the ability to explore complex issues from a global perspective, manage an educational enterprise, and maximize the use of resources. As stated in OPCRF, or Office Performance Commitment and Review Form for the RPMS for school heads, there are 6 KRA that the school head should function. First, KRA on instructional leadership, 30%, conducted instructional supervision to achieve learning outcomes. Second, monitored teachers' upkeep of students' learning records. Third, monitor the implementation of intervention programs, innovations for learners' development. Second, KRA is all about the learning environment. Provide safe and child-friendly learning environment for students and learners. Third, KRA is all about the human resource management and development. Organized and conducted INSETs or lab to improve teaching learning process. Then compile teachers' portfolio for rating of school personnel, performance review, and analysis for management decisions. Then supervise all school personnel to ensure equitable and appropriate distribution of workloads. Fourth KRA is on parent involvement and community partnership. Establish linkages with stakeholders, communicated regularly learners' needs, progress, accomplishment, and school program, projects, and activities. Fifth KRA is on school leadership, management, and operation. Manage school resources such as MOOE, PTA, canteen, proceeds, donations, IGP, and etc. in accordance with DepEd policies and accounting rules and regulations and other pertinent guidelines. Then, led the crafting, revisiting of database SIP, AIP, and ensured involvement of stakeholders. 12. Implemented the memorandized and other school programs, activities, and projects, are also known as PAPs. And the last KRA is all about the plus factor. Performed various works, activities that contribute to higher learning outcome. Then we have the position description or the informal role of school administrators. First, supervises and directs all school teaching and non-teaching personnel. Second, manages instructional system. Third, sets up goals and objectives. Fourth, leads and implements educational programs. Fifth, organizes and conducts INSETs. 6. promotes and coordinates services for the holistic development of school personnel and pupils. 7. Directs, coordinates, and manages school funds according to prioritized needs. 8. Assigns teachers where they best fit to teach. Grades learning areas, special assignments, and etc. 9. Requests and distributes instructional materials. 10. Initiates and compiles teachers' professional documents and portfolios. 11. Practices equitable distribution of teaching loads and observes teacher-learner ratio. 12. Inspect regularly daily lesson log or DLL. 13. Monitors teachers' upkeep of students' records. And 14. Provide EPA compliant accommodation to learners amidst shortages. Then 15. Prepares, consolidates reports, rates all school personnel performance and recommends promotion, creates committee to assess learning outcomes, establishes linkages with stakeholders, ensures compliance to existing laws, policies, and orders of fundraising projects for the school. And last, evaluates the school plan, facilities, fitness, safety, and sufficiency with the assistance of specialists. Then, furthermore, formulates intervention program, innovation for learners development, organizes special classes for learners with special needs, meets parents regularly to confer, inform about school accomplishments, determine the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of the school, design programs with stakeholders to address school needs, then recognizes accomplishment of stakeholders, promotes welfare of stakeholders, mediates and ensures resolution of conflicts in school, formulates school policies with stakeholders, harnesses participation of alumni and other organizations such as the NGOs, LGUs, and other agencies, promotes school discipline with stakeholders, and leads the preparation of SIP and EIP and ensures participation of stakeholders. Then we will go to school site-based planning team. School site-based planning team formal rule. The teacher representative provide needed information relative to teaching and learning process, actively participate during the development of SIP, establishing priorities, setting goals, and formulating implementation strategies for the plan. Then, the parent representative share their children's experiences in school, their insights about their children need to learn and the difficulties they face in school, their aspiration for the school and their children, then present other areas of concern, participate in setting goals, strategies, priorities of school, and commit available resources in the implementation plan. Then the school head, as part of the school site-based planning team, convene the school planning team, provides leadership and guidance in the development of school improvement plan, explain clearly the SIP planning process to the planning team, helping the team to understand the role in the process, facilitate actual planning workshop, and inform the team on school programs. Then, the pupil representative share unique insights about their difficulties in school, share insights about their learning experiences, participate in setting goals, strategies, and priorities of the school. Then, for the informal role of school-based site planning team, it says stakeholders plays a different significant role in supporting the education system. They take head in SIP project monitoring and evaluation, as well as identification of priorities in every school. Priority projects. They are also in charge of addressing specific issues of the site as well as implementing were designed the key initiatives of the organization. So that's all for school site-based planning team. Then we have the local school board or the LSB. The formal role of local school board as they are the special body created by virtue of RA number 7160, also known as the Local Government Code of 1991 or the LGC 91. Its main duty is to allocate the Special Education Fund or the SEF to meet the supplementary needs of the local public schools. School boards are elected or appointed members of the community who pursue a vision for local schools, reflecting the needs of the students and the consensus of the community. The Local Government Code or the LGC Section 98 up to 101 prescribes the creation of local school boards or the LSBs, which requires that representative from Parent Teacher Association or the PTA should form part of the LSB. Deputy Order number 54 series of 2009 provides for the revised guidelines governing PTAs at the school level. Said order recognizes, other than the PTA, local government units, and civic organizations as stakeholders. On the other hand, the informal role of the LSBs are to determine schools' district mission and purpose, establish policies to accomplish the district stated mission and ensure the policies are being forwarded, support the supervisor, and assess performance, as well as to ensure effective organizational planning of the state education agencies, the DepEd, the CHED, and the TESDA. The formal role of DepEd is the executive department of the Philippine government, responsible for ensuring access to promoting equity in and improving the quality of basic education. It further formulates, implements, and coordinates policies, plans, programs, and projects in the areas of formal and non-formal basic education. The Commission on Higher Education, or the CHED, is the Philippine government's agency in charge with promoting relevant and quality higher education and guaranteeing and protecting academic freedom for continuing intellectual growth, advancement of learning, and research development. Then, TESDA is mandated to approve skills, standards, and tests, develop an accreditation system for institutions involved in middle level manpower development, technical education, and skills development, and assist trainers training programs. And last, our state legislators. As stated in Article 14 of the Philippine Constitution contains the state philosophy and principle in education, the state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels and shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. RA number 6655 or the Free Secondary Education Act, specific provision on education upon which all decrees, policies, regulations, and rules on education are based, are provided in the Constitution. These are expressly stated by way of the constitutional mandate, presidential decree, and other legal provisions. Then, LGU share the responsibility of enhancing quality education by providing their collection to fund local education expenditures through Special Education Fund or SEF. SEF come from additional 1% tax on real property that LGUs are mandated to impose and collect per local government code of RA 7160 of 1991. On the other hand, the state legislators' informal role are to collaborate with research program implementation for the benefit of school children. Then, collaborate with other NGOs to support education and support education in the best way they can. That would be all. Thank you.